Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspirational juice. It is August 28th, 2023, and today the topic is the crooked hearted. Y'all, it is my birthday eve. So, yes, happy birthday eve to me. Um, I know y'all probably sick of me on my birthday, man. I know people have already been um, telling me happy birthday. I want to say since the beginning of the month, definitely over the weekend with all the birthday shenanigans that was going on and everything like that. And so, yeah, technically, my birthday is tomorrow, y'all. But I appreciate each and every one of you all that have taken out the time to acknowledge or celebrate or any of that. Greatly appreciate it. Um, and still super excited to, officially turn 37 tomorrow. Y'all, man, good things is going on, man. Like some good things is happening today. I might, tell y'all more about it in the after show. And I might tell y'all about my birthday in the after show too. So sorry, podcast people. I know y'all might be, wanting to know what all happened this weekend, but y'all can always get a sneak peek if you go to my social medias, actress Miracle Sims. Um, that'll keep you up to date if you want to see. But yeah, I'll save all that for the after show because technically a girl recording real late. I mean, it's like 7:40 something. So let's go on and get into the juice. All right. So here's the juice this morning, y'all. The crooked hearted. I would say that the inspiration came from the time that the Lord woke me up. It was last night actually. Woke me up around 11:20, y'all, because like I said, with the weekend or whatnot, obviously with the church. I told you all that Madam Miraculous had to perform after church. So after I did all of that, I came on home. We had a little family time. We went to go and check out. There's a house being sold in our area. So we went to go look. We went to go look at it and whatever. And then by the time I came back, ate a little something, went to sleep. Your girl was out of here, right? And so the Lord woke me back up around 11:20. Obviously, I made a note of it, X, Y, and Z. I don't even know how I went back to sleep. I think I probably did, obviously, because maybe that's the reason why I'm a little bit late. Because I think by the time I heard my alarm, maybe I tried to listen to the prayer meditation, went back to sleep, X, Y, and Z, woke back up. I don't know what time I woke back up, but I know it was like after 6, possibly. It was like after the regular time. But anywho, after I did the prayer meditation and everything like that, ultimately I went back to take a look at those verses that I found, came across when I looked up 11:20. And the one that was really standing out was Proverbs 11:20. And that's where this conversation of the crooked heart or the crooked hearted stood out to me enough to, I guess, study and share, right? I ended up reading some other things as well. Like I looked up, I went to, gotquestions.org, and I started to look into this concept of, God being everywhere. And does that mean God is in hell, X, Y, and Z? So maybe I stand corrected by saying I feel like, I don't know if I touched too deep on it last time I talked about it. But I mean, I guess God is also there, it's just that we won't have access to him. He knows that everything that's going on there. From my understanding of what I was gathering from my studies this morning, is that he's still there. He knows what's going on there. We don't have access to him there. That's the understanding. Again, I don't want to find out personally, but I mean, hey, that's something I read and studied this morning. Also studied the idea of like, why did God create people if they were going to hell, things like that. So you guys can go deeper and look into those things if that's something you're interested in doing. Again, gotquestions.org is a great resource. And possibly have answers to whatever questions you may have in regards to the Bible. But again, somehow this conversation about the crooked hearted stood out in my heart and mind. And so let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what the juice is this morning. All right. So again, the first verse that was really standing out to me this morning, y'all, was Proverbs 11:20. And it says, those of crooked heart are an abomination to the Lord, but those of blameless ways are his delight. We already getting started with some pulp, right? I mean, nobody don't want to believe that we are the crooked hearted, right? I think a lot of us believe that we are good, X, Y, and Z, that, I know there's this concept that, oh, humans are capable of good outside of God, X, Y, and Z. Now, is that true? It doesn't seem to be. It feels true in our hearts and minds, right? But according to the Bible, that's not accurate, because all God is the only, I guess, being that is good, is love, is all what we know of as the great things in life, right? And unfortunately, it's like we are the opposite and need him in order to become, right, more like him, which is good and loving and all those different things. Again, obviously that takes wisdom, time, understanding, seeking, all that stuff to, I guess, truly understand that. And we may not fully understand it until, again, we're in his presence. But there is plenty of Bible and whatnot that backs up these things I'm saying. So, I mean, you guys can all peruse it and let them marinate on your own hearts, souls, and minds. I didn't, again, feel led to go too deep into that today and be like, okay, so this is the reasons why. I'm just going to, I guess, keep going about this whole conversation, the crooked hearted. All right. So then we got Proverbs 17:20. It says, a man of crooked heart does not discover good, and one with a dishonest tongue fall into calamity. Again, I don't think any of us wants to believe that this is us, right? None of us wants to believe that, we are these individuals. We are the man, right, of crooked heart. We are the ones with the dishonest tongues. But I mean, I think you can see, again, you'll know them by their fruit. So you can see all around us, again, the things that I guess give testimony to this. And I think, well, I guess what's really standing out to me in this moment to share about this, y'all, is understanding that we all represent this, right? Because I know a lot of times, again, this whole idea of like, well, that's what that person did over there, and then minimizing that we do it probably either in the same way or in a different way, but we still do it. We still fall short. All have fallen short. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So if we put ourselves on that even playing field, then none of us have the right to point the finger, not at God and not at each other. So it's something to think about, y'all. But I don't know. That's what I feel led to, like, really just point out in this moment. Just realize, right, that this verse is talking about each and every one of us. I am acknowledging that this verse is talking about me, right? Yeah, I want to believe that, I turned a new leaf, and, I went through this journey, and, the cultivation period, X, Y, and Z, right? And that, God has changed my life, X, Y, and Z. But I still need him every day, right? Because I am also capable of falling short, even right now, And so that's just one of the things, again, according to this, it says that the man of crooked heart does not discover good. So anyone that's out here thinking, oh, I'm good enough. No, you fall short, friend. And that's why you need Jesus. At the end of the day, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, that's really just it. And we can believe, or, again, you could choose not to believe that. We all have free will, and God has given us that free will to choose whether we believe that or not, X, Y, and Z. But I mean, again, I think proof is all around us. Proof is in the pudding, as they say. Look at your life. Have you done every single thing right every day of your life? No, friend. The answer is no. And I don't even know you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit here and say confidently that the answer is no for all of us. And again, without knowing everybody personally, X, Y, and Z, even the person that feels like they follow, again, every letter to the commandments, whatever you may think that you did that makes it good or make you good, I mean, there's going to be something, right, that you have fallen short at. And whatever that thing is makes you unqualified, right, to I guess pretend that you're perfect, you know. Anyway, we talk about the crooked hearted. Look, didn't know I was gonna talk about me today, but I'm just saying, I at least I can be honest to say that I know that I've fallen short. I think I've shared on here multiple times ways I fall short every day as well as throughout my life, right? And so I just think again it behooves us to be honest with ourselves about that, and then that can help us to get to the next level of wherever God wants us to be spiritually or whatever the case may be. And he knows, right? He understands that none of us are perfect and we're all going to fall short, and that's why he did what he did with Jesus, right? And through Jesus, X, Y, and Z. For each and every one of us to have a way of escape, right? To have a way back to him and back into relationship with him and things like that. The prayer meditation this morning kind of had me reflecting on just how much God loves us, right? And again, I told you guys earlier this year, one of the ministers at the church kind of, I guess, helped change my perspective of, the type of love that God has for us. Again, seeing me as the love interest of, the movie, right? And if you put yourself in that scenario and look at how, how the protagonist is constantly just going for that love interest and things of that nature. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to reflect on. But even as I was reflecting on it today, I felt like so small because there's so many of us, right? And even though that's true, right? There's so many of us, but he still has this overflowing abundance of love for each and every one of us in this way that we probably won't ever really, again, truly understand. So again, it's just something to think about. Again, you are beautifully and wonderfully made, and things of that nature. And he loves us, each and every one of us, so much that he's done what he's done for us, right? And so and even though we fall short and we're not perfect and everything like that, he still loves us. And so these are just things to think about, y'all. I'm just sharing what I've studied this morning, the different things that came to me. Let me keep going, y'all. Let me give you all some more verses. So we got Jeremiah 17:9. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? Again, we don't want to believe that this is me and you and us, right? That person's heart is desperately sick, right? We can always point the finger and say, but they are a little bit worse than me. I mean, obviously I was reflecting, thinking about this verse. I ended up reflecting again on Cain and Abel, right? And here's the thing about, I guess this, again, concept of us feeling like we're good or feeling like we got a right to X, Y, and Z. Like nobody forced Cain to do what he did, but him and his own heart at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And no one is forcing us to do what we do, right? Except us and our own heart to make whatever choices and decisions that we're making. Now, I mean, obviously Cain got the reputation of being the first murderer, you know what I mean? And you feel like that's deeper and worse than your thing. And I get it, it does. Murder is up there, you know what I'm saying, in regards to evil things, however, I guess the point is that the heart is sick, and it just kind of made me reflect on this concept of, you hear the phrase, follow your heart and X, Y, and Z. Well, I guess the answer is no, friend, just like any other thing in the Bible. I feel like I say this all the time. Here it is again. If you really look at like all the things we hear in life and all the suggestions and whatnot that you hear from the world, or why, while we've been here on earth, you hear follow your heart and all this type of stuff. And then the Bible is telling us that our heart is deceitful and sick. Maybe we should not be following our heart. We need to be following Christ, is what I'm believing and receiving today. Again, you can believe and receive that if you want to or not, because you got the free will, because that's what God gave you. But again, I think there's plenty of examples of our heart being sick and our heart being deceitful and everything like that, because again, Cain is the first example, or one of the first examples, because even Adam and Eve are examples as well. But I mean, at least, well, I was about to say Cain's situation, I guess basically directly affected Abel's life and whatnot. But then again, Adam and Eve's situation, is affecting our life. So I mean, I don't know who's to say who's worse or anything like that. None of us, right? We've all fallen short and things like that. But it's just one of those things. And then here's another thing too. God warned both parties, really, when you think about it. He warned Adam and Eve and he warned Cain. And but it's like we don't heed the warnings, right? We ignore the red flags, and then we still make whatever decisions that we make that are possibly again triggered by our deceitful hearts and minds and things like that. And then we find ourselves in situations that either we don't want to be in, or basically, like we bit off more than we can chew, when we continue to just be led by our own hearts and minds, or our deceitful hearts and minds. And so again, more things to think about. I mean, not just trying to point out Cain because he's just one of us. We, each and every one of us, are making decisions like this every day, all day. So the heart is deceitful and sick. So Proverbs 10:9, it says, whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. Y'all, again, this is another little warning, man. What's done in the dark is going to come to the light. What's truly in your heart will come out. And at the end of the day, I guess this is a good time for us to check. You know what I mean? I know I talked about this in the past, but yeah, I mean, every now and then, maybe even every day, let's do a heart check. Think about our motives, thinking about, the different things that we're doing in life. Why do I want this or that? Why am I doing this or that? Why, check it. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, because again, the heart can be deceitful. The heart is sick. At the end of the day, if I'm following my heart and my heart is leading me in a direction of evil, then I mean, we have the power to control those things, right? But I do understand how, sometimes we just want what we want, right? And that's, I mean, I guess the fallen state of humanity, and that's why we need Jesus. And I mean, I guess, y'all, this is the juice. This is the juice. I mean, there's plenty of other verses in the Go Deeper section for you guys to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. But I hope that this at least sparks a little interest to look into the crooked heart, or the crooked hearted, and and make sure that we're not one of them. Again, yes, we are falling short, and so this represents each and every one of us. But at the same time, we have a way out. The ram in the bush is Jesus, and so, accepting the day, y'all, accepting the day, and look, and get on the good foot and everything like that. Y'all could go deeper by all means. The Bible verse of today is Ephesians 3:16. It says that he would grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with might by his spirit in the by his spirit in the yep. I don't know what I wrote, so y'all go and read what the last part says. Yep. Isn't spirit in the something man? Something man. Anywho, y'all can go again, read those last couple words. Make sure I read anything right today, right? You guys can, check out the Go Deeper section, peruse everything, let them marinate on your heart, souls, and mind. Y'all have a wonderful Monday, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. So those of you all that are sticking it out to this point, y'all want to hear about my weekend? Let me share it with you real quick and tell you guys what is on the agenda for today, y'all. So my weekend was nice and fun and busy. Everything kind of went to plan pretty much for Saturday. Y'all know that I went to go play putt. Look at her putt. Was my theme and whatnot. So we went to the putt shack, and there was a nice handful of people that joined us. Obviously, my husband and son was with me. Next to arrive was my good friend, Miss Summer Kai, and she had a little significant other with her as well. that I got a chance to meet. After her, next thing I know, a couple of ladies from the church came through and brought their children. So shout out to Miss Liz, shout out to Miss Reagan, ladies that I work with in the children's ministry. Miss Liz brought both of her children, and Miss Reagan brought one of hers. And so they came along, and then next thing I know, I was getting a call from another lady at the church, man. So she came through and was sitting with us, walked around with us and whatnot a little bit and everything. And then after we played the game and everything like that, and everybody else got ready to go, me and my little family sat down because I had reserved a table and whatnot. So we had sat down to eat. And then this thing I know, my brother from another mother, brother Kelvin, had stopped through and we all ate and everything like that. And so that's what my Saturday looked like, man. After, every time Kel was around, it's conversations galore or whatever. So we ended up, spending some more time with him the rest of that evening, and came on home and whatnot. And I tried to go ahead and get my rest in and stuff because I knew I had to get up early for church and whatnot. And so I did that. Got there, I got a chance to wear a little birthday crown yesterday. NJ picked it out. He picked out the red one, which I found to be interesting because I plan on wearing my red sunglasses tomorrow. So I was like, he got this red crown. I might wear the red crown tomorrow too, but we'll see. But yeah, so started off with that. Ended up, doing all 3 services and whatnot. Actually, my friend Miss Terry with Radical Readers, she came through and was shadowing in the room with us for the kids ministry. So that was nice as well. So she was serious about saying that she has joined the church. She's already looking to get plugged in, and it's God be the glory for that. And then afterwards, after the 3rd service, Madam Miraculous made an appearance, did an experiment, and then they had, time for, some of the kids to do their own little experiments as well. So everything went well, man. Even sold a couple of books. So thank you to the individuals that, purchased books and whatnot, that were there at the church and whatnot. So, everything went well, man. And then afterwards, man, I came on back home and I already told y'all what happened after that. We went to go check out that house. I came back home and ate, and your girl knocked out. Your girl knocked out from my little wacky whimsical weekend. I just wanted to say W words, but anywho. So yeah, now in about an hour or so, NJ is going to be taking his class. I signed him up for class again with teacher Alicia, who we love. So looking forward to him being in class again. It's going to be a totally different time, as you guys see, in the morning time, Mondays and Wednesdays. But yeah, so he'll be in class in about an hour. After that, your girl is going to be going down to Griffin, because I got me a good old business meeting to do, y'all. Listen, y'all be praying now. Y'all be praying. It seems like there's some, great offer is on the table. And so I'm going to go down and, try to do the best I can and, secure the deal, you know what I mean? Or look, get the bag, as they say, or whatever the case may be. So shout out to opportunities, doors and windows, opportunity opening up and whatnot, and just praying that they, continue to grow and flow, man. Listen, I say it's abundance the rest of my life. I'm already done coined it. I know it was abundance 2023, but look, we gonna keep moving forward with this abundance thing, so abundance the rest of my life is what we doing. And everything like that. So, it's God be the glory for this wonderful weekend. Again, my birthday eve. Grateful to see another day. Looking forward to tomorrow. The official birthday. It's tomorrow. So looking forward to that. And yeah, that's all that's going on. So thank you again, those that tune in and whatnot and wanted to hear about my weekend, wanted to know, what all happened and whatnot. So there you go. That's what all happened. Nice time. Nice celebratory time. And so yeah, all right, well, I guess I'll let y'all know tomorrow, how the day goes, if the Lord's will. Look, on my birthday, I'll let y'all know. Y'all have a wonderful Monday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye.